Now at 5, we're just 3.5 hours away from Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Pacers and Thunder.
One game at a time, all right?
That's
Don't
right.
look ahead. We got another preview coming up for you shortly.
Good Lord.
Good Lord. Outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse, where just moments ago, they started letting fans into Bicentennial Plaza. We'll share the sights and sounds coming up.
What a great evening for all of the festivities. Now, the weather pattern is warming up, becoming more humid, and when storm chances return, I'll have your forecast. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News.
And a live look tonight at Morris Bicentennial Plaza. That is where Pacers fans have been gathering all day ahead of Game 3 of the NBA Finals. And it's been a long time coming. Pacers fans have waited 25 years for this day. And Anne-Marie joins us live from outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse. She has all of your pregame coverage tonight, and this is really an exciting time. It just feels like the whole city is behind this team.
Well, certainly, you know, everyone, longtime bandwagon fans, everyone is welcome to be a Pacers fan and cheer on the home team tonight. And whether you're going to be doing that at home, whether you're going to a bar, whether you're going to come to the watch party here at the Morris Bicentennial Plaza, or if you are some of the lucky 18,200 people that got a ticket and are going to be inside tonight. Tonight is a big game for the Indiana Pacers. And we want you to know, if you're coming down here tonight, there are a few things you need to know. First of all, that the bag policy that is typical when you go to a Pacers game will be in effect tonight. So don't think it's any different. We don't want you to have to come in and go back out and put your purse out or your bag out. So keep that small, clear bag policy in effect. Also tonight, there is a soft ticket policy for really these grounds around the field house. So you either need to have a ticket for the watch party or for the game to come onto the grounds. There's some photo ops, some really cool opportunities that we're going to be showing you in our coverage tonight. But to be on property, you do need to have a ticket or some sort of credential. Also, some of the streets are going to be closed as necessary tonight, especially after the game. Pennsylvania and Delaware will be restricted as fans are exiting the field house, and also IMPD says they will shut down roads as necessary as fans are coming to and from the field house tonight. Jenny Runovich is part of our comprehensive team coverage tonight. She's joining us live from the plaza tonight, and then of course we have our sports team, Dom and Eli, both working tonight. They've been putting in the OT as we count down to tip off tonight, and we're going to kick off our coverage with them. Dom, Eli, it's almost here.
It is almost here. It's been 25 years in the making. Game 3 of the NBA Finals nearly upon us. We have a tied series, Eli. It has been oh so much fun, and the Pacers are back here at home, and that's a huge advantage. But let's not mince words. You know, the Oklahoma City Thunder have virtually outplayed the Pacers for a lot of this series thus far.
Yes, and you mentioned just being here at home, the familiarity of this place, not being in a hotel for 6 days like we were all last week. It was nice for me to just sleep in our own bed, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That was certainly a peak for us, but for the players as well. And the Thunder have struggled a little bit on the road in this postseason, so advantage Pacers coming into this one. But as you mentioned, there's a handful of quarters that have not gone the Pacers' way, especially in those first 2 games in OKC.
The Pacers have lost 7 of 8 total quarters in just 2 games through these NBA Finals. In fact, time with the lead, under 2 minutes of game time for this Pacers team. Look, we knew the challenges Oklahoma City Thunder team would present. They are a very, very good team. That's why they're in the NBA Finals, but so too are the Pacers. And they, you know, we talked all about the home court advantage of the Thunder, but the Pacers have a home court advantage of their own. But look, Rick Carlisle's job is to keep these guys locked in and focused, and he didn't mince words. They have to play better to get it done here in Game 3.
You know, everything that's already happened doesn't matter other than the score of the series. And so we got to move forward. There's a lot of things we have to do better. We realize that. I think we've lost, at least by the scoreboard, 6 out of 8 or 7 out of 8 quarters. And so we're playing a great team. And so we've got to make adjustments, and we got to play better.
Okay, so tip-off again, scheduled for 8:30. Going to be a late one for us here tonight. But, I mean, we talked to him, I guess, the last couple of days just for Media Day stuff. The players aren't going to share adjustments that they're going to make, but they've had a couple days to look at the film, get some things done, and they said, we'll just have to wait and watch and see what they do on the floor tonight.
Yeah, OKC is an elite defensive team. 40 turnovers for the Pacers in just 2 games. That number has to come way, way down, but home court advantage, it's a lift. And Rick Carlisle said you have to gain every little advantage to get it done in the NBA Finals. Gamebridge ought to be charged up for this one. We'll be back with you at 5:30 and throughout the 6 o'clock hour. For now, though, send it out to Jenny Renovich, who's talking to some of those fans that are going to pack the field house tonight. Jenny?
You know they are, Dom and Eli, and that's the advantage we need. I will tell you, the excitement has ratcheted up here at Bicentennial Plaza just in the last 5-10 minutes as they let people onto the plaza. I want to show you what you can experience if you come down. So selfie, kind of the name of the game, and right here you can get a selfie or have someone take a photo with the replica Larry O'Brien trophy. Really cool sight right there. Go Pacers. And then over here they have some flowers you can take a picture with as well. So lots of memories made. Really cool experiences here on Bicentennial Plaza. And a lot of people who are here, you know, they don't have tickets for tonight's game, perhaps. They just wanted to be a part of it. We actually talked with a fan from Greenwood who doesn't have a ticket tonight, but came down to just be part of the excitement.
It is like electric. We are so excited. Every single person we've passed by has on Pacer gear. It's just super exciting. I'm going to the game Friday. I'm so excited. Go Pacers!
So lots of people excited here right now. We have seen a few Thunder fans, but in general, it's all Pacers all the time. So that's some good news. Also wanted to let you know, coming up a little bit later in the show, we're going to take you inside the team shop, show you what kind of merch you can expect to get, including a pretty cool way you can enhance your jersey if you bring one down or buy one in the store. Ann?
All right, Jenny, I really do like that tip, so I'm glad that we're going to be covering that for our viewers tonight. Now, if you are coming down to the watch party, there were 1,000 people that bought a $20 ticket, going to be watching the game here on the screens that are set up here behind me. The gates for that will open 2 hours before tip at 6:30. Also, public safety is a top concern tonight, so if you are going to be downtown or if you're going to be out and about, we want to make sure that you are aware of anything that may be happening so you can get the public safety alerts if you text Indy Finals 25 to 67283, and that way you'll know everything that's happening downtown. If there's any type of order that's coming from police or street closures, anything they want you to know, you'll have it right there in the palm of your hand. So some knowledge for you tonight as we count down to tip off, Felicia. Such an exciting time for the Pacers, for Pacers Sports and Entertainment, and for the entire city of Indianapolis. Back to you.
Just so excited. Hopefully we have an Indy Finals 26, 27, 28, 29. Let's keep it going. Thanks, Ann. And we want to let you know that we have all your NBA Finals coverage on WTHR Plus. You can download the app on your TV to watch. It is free. Angela?
Out. The plaza is packed this evening. Sunny and warm out there tonight. If you're coming downtown, be prepared for some slow traffic. We're going to check in with Rob in about 30 seconds. Temperatures will be in the low 80s this evening as everyone heads home. Near 70 degrees. 82 right now in Indianapolis, 85 Shelbyville, 82 Bloomington and Bedford. Air quality taking a hit because of the wildfire smoke overhead, and we want to make sure you're aware of an air quality alert for Thursday. If you suffer from upper respiratory problems, take it easy. Maybe spend a little extra time inside tomorrow afternoon. Even warmer, mid-80s tomorrow.
All right, let's talk about that traffic because no matter where you are, we have some concerns. Let's start wider. 465 if you're on the west side northbound. There's an accident at I-74. Also on the east side, 465 northbound at Pendleton Pike. But of course, it's all about the traffic downtown. We'll zoom in a little bit closer. We do see the slowdowns between the splits and also approaching the split. There is an accident 65 southbound. That one is blocking the right lane on 65 southbound. But look at this. Look at the traffic coming towards you. that has the left lane blocked. That's the construction that's been ongoing south of the South Split. When we look at that on map, you can see that it is blocking traffic up all the way to the North Split, all the way up to 70 westbound. That is blocking 70 westbound all the way back past Rural. That's what it looks like on the camera as traffic continues to back up. So if you were headed into the game, I suggest not using the interstates if you can and use some of the city streets.
Rob, thanks so much. And as we know, excitement is in the air tonight ahead of Game 3 of the NBA Finals, but not everyone's going to be heading downtown for the game. And Emily Longnecker is here with that part of the story. Emily?
Yeah, Felicia, it won't be just basketball fans down there tonight outside of Gainbridge Fieldhouse. A group is planning to be outside tonight's game to protest ice raids happening across the country. These have been the scenes all week in major cities across the country. Protesters demonstrating against the Trump administration's deportation policies and ice raids on undocumented migrants. In LA, the National Guard and some Marines have arrived there on the president's orders.
If you are for the First Amendment, which is our freedom of speech, you should be against what is happening right now.
Danny Abdullah belongs to one of the groups planning to be downtown Wednesday outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse to protest the ice raids happening and the president's response to the demonstrations against them.
Because there's a basketball game happening doesn't mean that somebody's going to shut off their emotions.
For Abdullah, the emotion is anger, but she says the protesters planning to be in downtown Indianapolis want a peaceful demonstration.
But the people who are coming with placards and with their children and with their tears, they are coming to be peaceful. And so I hope it stays peaceful.
Abdullah says they did not get a permit. According to the city, any gatherings that are under 250 people, that are in a public space like a sidewalk, that don't block pedestrians or traffic, don't need one. Abdullah can't say how many people are expected to show up to tonight's protest, but says the numbers of those interested are growing. IMPD says it's adjusted its staffing that will include support from the Indiana State Police because of the game. They issued a statement which said in part, quote, "We are aware of a potential demonstration planned for this evening. IMPD fully respects the constitutional rights of all community members to peacefully assemble and express their views. Our top priority is the safety of our visitors and all who call Indianapolis home." So we know IMPD and Indiana State Police will be outside of Gainbridge, and yesterday Pacers Sports and Entertainment held a security briefing ahead of tonight's game, and they talked about some new security measures that they're going to have in place, like that soft ticketing checkpoint that Anne Marie mentioned earlier around the field house, where fans will have to show their ticket to even access the grounds and Bicentennial Plaza. So some security measures in place for the game anyway.
They will be on alert, as everybody should be.
For sure.
Emily, thank you for bringing us this afternoon. And tonight, the Indianapolis City County Council president is apologizing after he had a woman removed from Monday night's council meeting. So you have likely seen this video of a Marion County Sheriff's deputy removing Lauren Roberts. She is one of the 3 women who have accused Mayor Hogsett's former chief of staff and former campaign manager Thomas Cook of sexual harassment. Roberts was speaking about that issue before her exchange with the council president, Bob Osley. He issued a statement saying in part, quote, "As it is my responsibility to ensure the council conducts its business with decorum and civility, I should have called a recess, created space for calm, and shown a sensitivity in that emotionally charged moment. In that, I failed Ms. Roberts, my fellow counselors, and those who attended the meeting that evening." And you can read the rest of his statement. We've placed that on our website at WTHR.com. Rebuilding after a devastating fire. We've got your first look at the renovated units at HVAF. It is ahead at 5:30. And Ann?
This is the shirt that fans are going to get on their seats tonight when they arrive at the game, but that's not the only gift they're getting from Pacers Sports and Entertainment. The gift that's going to help make this feel more like a concert coming up.
And I'm Jenny Runovich outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse, where everybody's getting game ready. And for fans, that means getting the fit. You gotta have all the good merch. We will hope to take you inside the team store coming up.